Have you ever walked into a game store and wondered if this is the best place to take your cards to trade in? Let's talk about it. We're going to run a test. Your local game store means a lot of things to different people. It's a local hub for socializing with others about your hobbies, a place to network and expand your interests, and a marketplace to sell off pieces, as well as to add to your collection. It's basically a nerd pawn shop, where secondhand meets high demand, and it can be confusing and intimidating. But don't worry, now you have a friend in the gaming business. My name is Mason, and I'm one of the owners of Cardinal Gaming, a game store in Louisville, Kentucky. And this is Card Shop Candids. Guys, welcome back to another Card Shop Candids. And yes, we're going to talk about trade-ins. Even more in depth. Again, this is we're past the introduction phase. We're talking about more complex kind of stuff here for a little while. And we're going to talk about how do you know a store is going to take care of you and give you good percentages, or even just like how do you determine if it's going to be worth your time to bring in a bunch of stuff when at the end of the hour, half an hour, who knows how long it's going to take, that you're just not going to take the offer anyways. What do you do? I'm going to explain it to you guys, and this is exactly how we do it here at Cardinal, so you guys have a good idea of our policy here. And then if you own LGS, this is going to be another good policy for you to try. And again, it's going to save the customer, it's going to save your employees or you tons of time if you do what we call the 10 best test. The 10 best test is where you take a handful of cards, and if somebody brings in a binder, and pull those cards out of the binder, and then you go over what they consider their best cards. And then that way, you can determine whether or not, right away, if it's going to be worth your time to sit down and continue trading with the business. We do 10. We've done as low as 5. Again, it gives an idea gives everybody a ballpark and an understanding where we're at on financial value and trade-in wise and percentages wise, so that both of us can say, okay, is this agreeable? And then let's continue doing more. So this is what we do here. Again, it's saved us tons and tons of hours of wasting time by pricing out huge collections and ultimately being for nothing. We do this. We both agree. We already have an established point. We're saying, yes, we're buying these cards. And then we move on to everything else. Whether it's good or bad, value-wise or whatever. We at least have these cards. That's the best thing about this, is that we've already broke the ice with making a great deal on some of their best stuff. And we can both walk away happy, even if we disagree going down forward. We both got something out of the deal, where we both agreed and said, yes, this is what I want to do. That's the best part about this. We've already won, and we just started. And it's super easy. I can do these in a couple minutes, as opposed to half an hour to an hour or however long to do an entire binder, potentially. So let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Okay, I'm going to take you guys to the glass. I know, this is different. This is different. Mason, this is different. I don't know how to handle this. I know. It's fine. We're going to get there. So I have a handful of cards. Let's say this is the 10 best cards you have in your binder. I have this mat down, so, you don't get distracted by the waifus. I understand. But just stay with me, focus. So I have these cards. This is just some trade-ins that we had that people brought in. So I have these guys, bada boom, bada boom. All right, some Charizards. We got some gold stars, some high rarity stuff. It's kind of cool stuff. So yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I only have 9. How is that possible? How can I do the best 10 if I don't have 10 cards? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, bummer. We're doing the best 9 today, apparently. I thought I grabbed 10, but okay, that's fine. It doesn't matter. The number doesn't matter. All that matters is that we're getting to a baseline to get an idea of what we want to agree with. So you hand these cards, if you're the seller, if you hand these cards to the person buying them from you, you should already have kind of an idea of what you're wanting to get for these cards. Maybe you've already looked them up on TCG Player or on eBay. You have an idea and everybody's all already understanding. You already have a price in your head what you want for this stuff. So you hand these cards to me. Again, it doesn't have to be in a binder. You can just walk in and just test the store out and see, hey, let's see what they do for trades. I don't know. So, and this would be a pretty good range. You have these 2 Charizards that are not going to be anything crazy, but they are Charizards, right? I mean, they're decent cards. Kind of like these mid-level rainbows. They are ultra rares, but they're not going to be anything crazy. Maybe right at $10. And then Shiny Magikarp, Birthday Pikachu. Sometimes for these kind of stuff, certain stores might do a little better than the straight percentage-wise. Like maybe in celebrations, they really want these cards because they sell really well. And they do sell really well, trust me. They might pay a little better. So something like these might be a good little thing to have. Even better than maybe a playable holo or a rare. Something that's maybe $1 or $2. I think these are both in the $10-ish range, maybe $5 to $10. I think Birthday Pikachu might even be lower than that. But again, it's just give you an idea of again, for a lower value stuff, again with these guys too, what they're going to be paying. And then you have your Marnie. That's like a $20 to $30 card. Saturnus VMAX is right around 15 to 20. And then the Pikachu and Zekrom, I really don't know. I do have a 10th one. The Tornadus. An ultra rare, but an super cheap ultra rare. So maybe, again, something like this, get a better idea where it's kind of like a mid or low level ultra rare, but something, still good. Something still worth paying. I think that's maybe a $10 to $15 card as well. Pikachu and Zekrom, I have no idea. It's been a very long time since I had these, and because we didn't get these boxes in, because those are big box exclusives, I have no idea what those are. But anyways, this gives you an idea. So when I go through and I price this stuff out, it should be pretty straightforward and pretty easy for me as a buyer to tell you, okay, for this collection here, I'm going to offer you, again, this is not me doing any math, this is just me throwing it out. I got you 35 cash. If you want to do 10% more, we can do store credit. And you're like, okay, well, and you determine whether or not that is in line with what you thought you'd be getting. And maybe it's a little low, and maybe you want to see if they can do a little bit better. Again, this is kind of thing that is going to give you information whether or not they're willing to bargain with you at all. Some places don't. Like my store, we don't bargain with the prices. We are pretty exact with our percentages. We're very open with our percentages, and that's just the way it is. Some places are not. Some places might want to give you a little bit more, especially for some of the better stuff like this. So again, this is all an information seeking and a way to get to an agreeing point. So you're like, okay, $35. Yeah, it's pretty close to what I wanted to do. And can you tell me how much you valued this card at, and then what percentage you're paying on it? Again, anybody that's doing this legitimately and being open with you and is willing to give you that sort of open relationship and that type of business should be able to be more than happy to tell you what they're buying this at and what it's valued at and what they looked at it on TCG Player and on eBay, and why they're paying you what they are. And again, maybe something's a little low, and you're like, well, the condition on this might be a little bad, or something like that. And again, having that dialogue, and again, it's all for information's sake, right? We want people, when they walk into our store, to be not shocked by anything that happens. I want everything to be very predictable when you walk into my store, because bad surprises are unpleasant. Good surprises are good. But yeah, I want you to be, if you're pleasantly surprised by what I give you, that means I failed because I'm offering too much, or maybe I screwed up somewhere. But anyways, yeah. So all this is for the sake of information. And again, maybe you have a collection at home where you have maybe you have a whole couple sets that you want to trade in and come in and sell to the store. But again, you don't want to sit through the half an hour or an hour it would take for an employee to look up every single card. This gives you at least an idea of whether or not at the end of the day it's going to be worth your time. And again, you can take these 5 to 10 cards and say, okay, thank you very much. I'm going to think about it. I might come back and sell it to you guys. And then you can go somewhere else and shop around and get prices and see what the next place is going to offer you on them. And again, ask the same questions. How they came about prices, conditioning, and where they look cards up at. And then you can make an educated decision. And you're like, all right, this store pays the best on this type of stuff. I'm going to only sell from them. Only sell to them from now on. Because I know they already have the best value. You save so much time. Instead of shopping around and taking that binder to all these stores that are going to take an hour a piece, you're going to take 5 minutes, get some information, and then walk out the door, maybe 3 different places, and know that you went to the right place out of those 3. The best 10 test is awesome. And again, if you're a store, you should implement this. And if you're a customer, you should do this to better get intel on what kind of store you're trading to. Isn't that awesome? Again, the type of knowledge and experience you get from owning a game store for years and years and years. And unfortunately, wasting tons and tons of time by taking stuff around everywhere. And having people bring stuff in only to be ultimately disappointed with what I give them. So, that's the best 10. It's awesome. If you don't do it, you should. That's all I got. I really didn't have an ending for this. This is just awkward. Appreciate you guys. Okay, bye. Hey guys, Mason here again one more time. Really do appreciate you guys watching the video. Make sure, if you like the series, give it a like. It's free, it costs you nothing. And if you are really liking the videos, please go back and watch the rest of the stuff from the series. Really helps out the channel. You should be seeing that pop up on the screen now. Also, if you have any ideas or topics that you want me to cover, go down in the comment section and let me know. But I really do appreciate you guys. Bye-bye!